Probably the pride and joy of my miniature building collection is this bad boy. I don't know who the manufacturer was, but I got it at Strategicon in LA back in 2003 or so. It came pre-painted, and later I'll show you the stable I got at the same time. You can actually see it in the background back here. Just looking at the exterior, yeah, I don't especially care for these blue painted windows. The effect is all right. I've seen it on cockpits of miniature vehicles, things like for BattleTech. It looks a little bit better there. And the rocks on the chimney here, they look a little unconvincing. It's maybe part of the paint job, but maybe also part of the casting. I do like the dry brushing, and I think you can see it on the video. On the walls, everything else looks pretty awesome. The details, watch out Archeon. Details on the door are picked out. Everything looks pretty good. And on the bottom of the top, because this does come apart, is the maker's mark. I thought I was going to actually zoom in and take a picture, but this is pretty close. So, maybe made back in 1999. I don't know what this is in terms of these runes on it, but that's the manufacturer. And hey, if you know who this is, let me know. I'd love to buy more of this product or see what else the person made. So please contact me. Moving on, just the size of this is pretty awesome. The upper portion right here is 6 by 8 inches, 6 inches here, 8 inches there. And then this bottom, which of course you can see is fully painted on the inside, is 4 by 6 inches. So it's a lot of playing area on the inside, and it does have a smaller footprint on the table, and then it enlarges on the top. Here's a crystal cast cottage from the Farmhouse series next to it for size comparisons. Custom Kingdoms cottage. Miniature Building Authority building. So it's pretty huge, and it's pretty tall as well in terms of blocking line of sight, things like that. So this 4x4 unit of Chaos Warriors can actually just fit inside. They could be waiting there during a battle. They even have the little, get out of there, let's see. This little area is cut out. There is a fireplace, the little fire on the inside, some roasting coals or something, or logs. Just a great product. Again, this underside is painted because it's visible from the outside. So this is pretty much one of the only unpainted surfaces on the whole thing. Interior roof, painted nicely. And this is painted, of course, on the inside as well. I like the little cupboard or storage area underneath here. So this could be some kind of fantasy inn, just some sort of building. It actually is one of the most realistically sized buildings I've seen for almost anything. And then, of course, on the inside, it's actually large enough that you could have a mangler in there. Somehow Slayer climbed up. You can have a huge War Machine battle, maybe some Hordes figures intruding at the same time inside this interior. The bottom, not so large. Kind of am grimacing as I do this. Oh, that part will stick up. Yeah, it won't fit flush. But aside from the steam vent on the mangler, and I guess the one on this is this Slayer's engine, it should close. The other thing I got back in Strategicon in 2003 was this stable, and I believe it's from the same company because the texture on the walls is the same, the wood is essentially the same, and the roof does come off. And then it also has these runes right here. So I think it's the same company, and actually from this angle, tipped on its side, you can also see the horseshoe patterns carved into the surface, or at least the floor. It is raised, which is slightly unusual, but it has room for 5 Warhammer Fantasy Calvary models, so that's pretty nice. So they all do fit, riders included. Here's one with a model with a great weapon, a Chaos Knight. Of course, in a real game, you would never have them all sitting there unless it was maybe a Warhammer Fantasy skirmish scenario. That's kind of rules from several editions ago. But sure, you could if you wanted to. Otherwise, it's just for a nice effect. War Machine models, of course, would be too wide to fit under there. This was a great purchase, as was the main inn. And if you have any information on who the manufacturer of these was, please do comment on the video or send me a private message on YouTube. But probably just comment on the video. Thank you.